Welcome back to Charlotte, where a number of drivers have made a second run on the track. On Truex, Jimmy McMurray, Ryan Newman, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, and E.J. Allmendinger among the top 20. Yeah, they've now been out twice.
All single digits, most 1 lap, 2, 3 laps. So you get all the way down to Cal Lewis, who's 17 quick, and he's run 17 laps.
Junior picked up one spot, picked up a few spots here.
Well, it's going to be kind of tough because he's already been out there, even though he didn't really complete the lap fully, still put some time on these tires. I'm pretty sure these are the safe tires. Maybe Jamie, tell us a little bit more.
That's right, Jeff. He went out one time, turned one lap, and I was looking all over for him, and he was dead last on the board. So I asked the team. They said he was just really loose. And I talked to Greg Ives, his crew chief, before he went out. He told me he brought a brand new race car here. So they're just working through some things. Junior not happy with it. He just went out. He's talking now, and he's saying the back of the car has a lot of yaw in it. And as you guys know, we've well documented that the 88 hasn't been great at qualifying. They're hoping to change that, but so far, not so good here.
You know, we document this probably more than any other team and driver out there, and we say he's not happy with it, he's complaining. To me, this is just his way of and sometimes it's in your tone and how the inflection in your voice. And to me, that's the way he communicates how much of an adjustment he needs, how much they need to work on the front, the back, the right rear, the right front. And so, I mean, to me, we've just become used to him having these conversations that seem to be a little heated or seem to be unhappy, and then the race starts and they're right in it.
Well, you know, sometimes you have to challenge your crew. Sometimes, you know, they put you in the car. You know this car is perfect. It's been on the chassis dyno. It's been on the pull-down machine. This setup is the right setup for this car, this track. And the driver gets there and he hates it. He can't drive it. And so I don't know what you're talking about. This thing is junk. And so sometimes you have to challenge your crew to fix the car the way I want it.
Talk about a perfect race car. This race car, Kevin Harvick's the other night, the beginning of that All-Star race, that was as close to a perfect race car as I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, you know, I see in his tweets over the last few weeks, not Kevin's, his crew chief, Rodney Childress. Do you have any idea how many drivers Rodney Childress has worked with?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was talking about Mark Martin last night. After Mark got named for the Hall of Fame.
By the way, congratulations to the whole group, 2017 inductees, but especially Mark Martin. I love that he's in it. He's definitely a Hall of Famer in my book. I raced with him and had some fierce battles, and one of the most talented drivers I've ever seen behind the wheel of a race car.
Let me tell you the guy I raced with, Benny Parsons. I've been a Benny Parsons fan for a long time. I know how great a driver that man was. I know he only has 21 wins. He's got a championship, but I'm going to tell you, he and I had some fierce battles. One of them right here in 1980 in his 600-mile race. That guy could drive a race car.
The very first personality or person from NASCAR, the NASCAR community that I met, it was in Indianapolis. I didn't even play golf, but I got invited to play golf with Benny Parsons and some of the folks at Ligner Group with ESPN, and Benny was such a neat guy.
And Reymond Parks honored for his early contributions.
I'd vote Reymond Parsons just for that hat. Look at that hat. That's a cool hat.
And NASCAR's two championship winningest car owners active, Richard Childress, Rick Hendrick. There was a backlog of car owners on the ballot, and the voters took a look at that and said, yes, Jack Roush is worthy, Robert Yates is worthy, Ray Evernham, others, but how do you put him in ahead of these two, Childress and Hendrick? And the voters decided they should be in this year, and they are.
Look at Rick's numbers. I mean, 11 Sprint Cup championships. Forget all the others. That's 11 Sprint Cup championships and 242 wins. Now, Childress obviously is right there with him, but the things that Rick has done reminds me a lot of what Jeff did. He did it in a pretty short period of time.
Yeah. And what I like about all three of those owners, Richard Childress, Rick Hendrick, and Reymond Parks, none of them started out with money. They were all self-made men, and Childress made it all right here at the racetrack.
I mean, how do you have Dale Earnhardt Sr. in the Hall of Fame and not have Richard Childress? I mean, those two almost went hand in hand together in the majority of the championships. I mean, I'm so proud of Rick Hendrick. I was texting with him. I wished him luck before it all came out. First, you know, I couldn't wait to get to see him last night. And there's a charity event for Speedway Children's Charities here in Charlotte. I gave him a big hug, and he's so excited to be in there. Very deserving. All of them really are.
Well, it was never a question of if. It was only a matter of when.
You know, when you talk about you being humble and appreciative and just glad to be where he is, that's Rick Hendrick. I mean, Rick is one of the most humble men you'll ever meet, and he appreciates the success he's had.
Let me tell you about humble. I heard Moody's interview with Mark Martin yesterday on Sirius Radio. Where was Mark when the announcement was made? Well, his manager had told him, you know, I don't think this year, go on and live your life. He was up at Indy washing the bugs off the front of his motor coach that he had driven up there for the 500 when suddenly his phone blew up.
That's a Hall of Famer right there, buddy.
Mike, I applaud you and the entire committee for voting those inductees in. Fantastic job.
Good job.